because I'm tired of seeing the same old shit. I said this years ago, and I'm tired. I'm about to bring it to everybody. All right. So this this is this is some thoughts that come to mind. It's people out here wishing and making predictions on. Let's talk about death. They're talking about different nations and nationalities, and talking about how they're going to get caught and hit by the Most High and all this other stuff. They're talking about how the world going to end. Talking about the skyscrapers and stuff falling apart. Talking about tires are going to get flattened by the heat of the sun and all this other stuff. Look, y'all. Uh, uh, I don't do fear mongering. I do no fear mongering. If you're not on high vibration, if you're not on really what's going on in the world today, and realize that it's only certain people that's going to be handpicked, I will say, that heard the call. I would say it's only a certain amount of people that heard the call, and a certain amount of people that's going through the call. All these other people making these predictions, you gotta stay away from them, man, because they thinking that they know what's going on and they really don't. They regurgitating people's information. They don't really know what they're talking about, and they can't give you answers. This is why I stayed away from YouTube for a whole week, just to observe all of this. A lot of people talking to be talking and don't really know what's going on. I said several years ago when I was featured on somebody else's channel about the America map. The America map, I done told y'all was about what's going on with the America map. I told y'all that the United States, from what the lady was saying, it was going to get split in half, all the way down to Texas. I said that. Now I told y'all to keep your eyes on the volcanoes all across the planet. I told y'all that too. Now the thing about it, these volcanoes across the planet, keep your eyes on. How you doing, peace, Poseidon? Poseidon, FR. I then told everybody about the volcanic eruptions. We'll keep your eyes on all the volcanoes, but mainly the one that's in Yellowstone. That's a super volcano. I kept on telling everybody to keep an eye on that one. Then, let alone, I've been telling y'all about the natural disasters and stuff that's going to be taking place. I've been said that. But however, I didn't tell anybody that people were going to be perishing, because people are preparing for this, because they know, a lot of people know what's about to happen, and they keep their eyes on it. The earth is going through a transformation. She's going through a cleansing, a way of cleansing herself from the parasitic energy. That's what's going on. The parasitic energy is literally getting kicked out the way and getting rid of. The parasitic energy. Those that have hate in their heart and wish death on somebody or wish death on people, they going to go through some stuff. Okay? If you got hate in your heart, if you wish death on people, you causing and predicting deaths on many people, that's not dealing with divine love. It never did deal with it never dealt with divine love. It only dealt with your mindset of being what they call a spiritual killer. You're trying to kill people's spirits, and you're trying to kill the persons in the physical. That's a problem. You cannot do that. You have to let nature take its course on what needs to be done. You're saying and predicting deaths on people, and death this and deaths and all this stuff happening, getting burnt. No, you don't do that. How you doing, Miss? How you doing, Mother Shelley? You got people constantly trying to say, "Oh, it's gonna happen. This person gonna die. These people gonna die. The sun gonna do this. The Most High gonna do that." That is not divine love. That is divine hate. False predictions. You have to answer that. You're playing with people's souls and their minds. That don't work that way. If you really are a spiritualist and you make these predictions like that, Shame on you. Shame on you. Because you need to go back to the lab, the spiritual lab, and do some serious meditation. Meditation and realize what the hell you're saying. Because it tells that you don't know what you're talking about. And that tells me that you got a lot of hatred in your heart, which tells me that you don't know nothing about the heart chakra, what tells me that you have some mental issues, what tells me that you got some things that you really need to start really within yourself, that you got to do some real shadow work. And you have not did the shadow work. You never did the shadow work. That's what's going on. Call it. Yes, hurricanes, twisters, all that stuff is in certain locations you never thought they would happen before. But don't ever wish death on people. Never wish death on people, man. Never wish death on people. I don't like when people wish death on all people from different nationalities and nations. I don't like that because you don't know the half. Because the simple fact is, when you wish death on people, you asking for it. I'm at that point. I'm tired of hearing these false predictions. I'm tired of hearing these false predictions. And people listen to these people and think they know what they're talking about when they're taking other people's information and they're bringing it to you. They're bringing it to you. And y'all look at these people like they know what they're talking about when they don't know what the Sam hell they talking about. They just talking to be talking. They are taking other people's information and bringing it to you like they know what they're saying. If you start questioning the person and ask them certain questions, they won't be able to answer it. This stuff really pisses me off because there's so many people that follow these people that think they know what they're talking about when they don't know what they're talking about. Why follow somebody when they don't know what they're talking about? The blind leading the blind, and the blind keep on leading the blind down the blind path. And next thing you know, you're going to start feeling the real unbridled wrath of the divine, and you're going to try to figure out how you get out of it because you've been following a fool the whole time. This is not my fight. This is not my war. But I'm going to tell you like this. You keep on wishing death on people, you're going to pay that. You're going to regret that. See, when I talk about the natural disasters and stuff, I don't mention death for people. I don't. Why? I don't wish death on nobody. There's a such thing of a messenger or messengers and somebody that is a snatcher of the message and they're telling the people. Which means that person's a fraud the whole time and they're trying to take the information from somebody else and then feed it to you when they can't give you an explanation. That's the problem. And we see that every day in our community because we got these people that think they know what they're talking about when they don't know what the hell they're talking about because they caught up in the crossfire. I just want to say that. Be careful who y'all listen to because it's starting to be outrageous and outlandish on how these people talk out there, and they talking out here from the side of their mouth and out their daggone out the hole of their butts, point blank period. Because when it comes down to really knowing what's going on, they're not going to tell you what to do when that time comes. They're not going to tell you where the safe zones are. They're only going to regurgitate stuff that they hear over and over again, regurgitate over and over again. And then y'all also feed them information by sending them stuff of information in their email. Then they put it on their channel. And then y'all trying to figure out, well, how did they know? Because you sent them the information. And you're thinking they're being profound, which they're actually letting you know the whole time is fraudulent. Why deal with people that's fraudulent and feeding them, and they're feeding the masses and telling the masses on information that they're regurgitating? And then y'all looking at this person or these people like they know what the hell they talking about when they don't know what the hell they talking about. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to let y'all know. Be careful who you share your information with. Be careful.